So the article that I am choosing to speak on is the article about 5 ways to manage stress, which basically it's in the name is how to deal with stress. The first option that they give you or is spoke about is types of breathing to help deal with your stress, and more specifically your um, diaphragmatic breathing, which helps get your body system itself to help decrease stress and help you deal with that more and be able to relieve that stress. Second is exercise, just being able to get your body moving and take your mind off things to help decrease your stress and get that blood pumping, and just another way to incorporate your body into helping relieve stress. The third topic was having an attitude of gratitude, and the author speaks on how he feels like people nowadays are more negative or focus more on the negative compared to the positive, and that people need to either write down in a journal or speak to a family or family friend or somebody about more of the positives instead of the negatives that are going on through your day or just through your life in general. The fourth one is understanding and minding your body cues. So if you notice that you happen to clench your teeth, clench your fist, um, stomp your feet, do something, scratch your arm, that when you are starting to become stressed out and becoming under stress, that realizing those signs and catching them early. So let's say noticing when you're at a 3 out of 10 compared to when you're at a 9 out of 10, and be able to notice the signs early. That way you can nip it in the bud instead of letting yourself get all worked up and stressed out, to your brim, and blowing your lid, blowing your top off. And then finally is the last option, which is just seeking help if your stress becomes too much, and none of these other types of ways are helping you, dilute your stress. Is if it's too much, to seek some professional help. And so, how a couple ways I felt like um, the Gift of Fear book can relate to this article is fear or stress as information, which is kind of spoke on about. Um, don't let your stress paralyze you. Um, don't let it become a weakness. Let it, you need to analyze your stress, which is kind of like minding your body cues. Analyze your stress. Your stress is data that you can collect and help realize like what your body is doing or what you're doing, maybe unintentionally, that you can realize or notice and be like, okay, hey, you know, these are some signs that I'm becoming stressed out. Either take yourself out of that stressful situation, or whatever you do to help relieve stress, start to work that system. Um, another thing that ties in with the book is your predictive awareness, which is like your environment. If there's a certain environment that causes you stress 9 times out of 10, and you know mentally before you even get there, you're already stressed out, to you know either don't indulge that or seek a different route. Analyze your surroundings. Um, that's another way to help manage or deal with stress. And then the final one is the uh, action over worry, which is don't let your stress fester and eat at you, is take action, which these 5 ways are great ways to take action against your stress. Don't let it just eat at you and, cause you grief and either cause you mental harm or physical harm. Find a way to combat your stress and, you know, win these small battles. That way, over time, the stress can kind of fade away, or maybe you can adapt better to your stress. Finally, the 3 questions I have left to ask is when have you felt the most stress, or a time where you maybe needed help with your stress? Um, what is the best way that you yourself cope with stress? It could be the 5 ways I talked about, or maybe you have your own specific type of, you know, whatever you need to do to help deal with your stress. And then, is there something that is going to cause you stress, or an attitude? um, Mine's traffic, but not really stress, more of an attitude with other people. But is there something that that just happens, and you just know you're going to be stressed out or irritated, aggravated. So those are my final three questions. Thank you.